Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here today. I'm so happy that you clicked on this video. This video is a little different than my natural hair videos that I oftentimes post on my channel. Now and then you'll see some different videos. You'll see some motivational, encouraging videos because all of that I love to do as well. So I'm just giving you some updates, letting you know that my channel will not only be based on natural hair. Yes, you'll see some natural hair content as well, but also you'll see other stuff that will feed the soul, that will encourage the spirit, and that will lift you up and encourage you. Okay guys, today I will be sharing how I met my husband. It is actually, oh my gosh, what a story guys, and I can definitely relate to when everybody says that they prayed for their husband. And guys, prayer works. Prayer works. I can do a whole video on prayer. Might be a video in the future, but today I'm gonna stick on speaking about how I met my husband. And yes, I prayed for him and God answered my prayer. I'm gonna start from the beginning, so stay tuned, relax, and pay keen attention. So guys, we are soon to be 10 years into our marriage. We got married on the 5th of December 2013, and we are almost 10 years. 10 years, oh my gosh, that's almost a decade, but I just gotta give God thanks because those 10 years have been challenging. There has been growth, there has been changements for the better. Oh my gosh, God is just good. So let me start rambling and get into it. I do not remember the exact day it was, but I can remember it just like yesterday. I remember that I had bought a brand new car. It was a Toyota Yaris, and that was my very first car, so I hold it dearly to my heart. And I can remember good. One day after work, I was driving to go home, and I had stopped at an intersection, and suddenly while I was waiting for the cars to give me turn to go onto the other street, suddenly another car came up to me and hit me from the back, and I was in shock. I came out, I watched the person, and I can remember the person being so frightened. The person was so scared, and he all of a sudden started apologizing. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And by his accent, I could have tell that he was not from my island. I live in St. Martin, Caribbean island, for those who are new to this channel. And I recognized that he was not from here just by his accent. He seems to be a tourist, and he was dressed like one as well, with shorts, and he had on slippers. And effectively he told me that the fact that he was driving with his slippers, that his foot slipped, and instead of pressing brakes, he pressed gas, and he hit me. So I listened to his apology, and I was speechless. I couldn't believe that my brand new car was hit. So when I behold my car from the back, there was a little dent, nothing to nothing to explode about, but nevertheless it was a dent, and it was on my brand new car. So I told him, it's okay, but give me your information, please. Give me your what you call that, like your insurance information and so on. And he told me, no, we don't have to go into all of that. I'll just give you my mechanic's number. I'm not from here. That's what he said. I'm not from here. I'll just give you my mechanic's number and name, and all you have to do, you just go there, present yourself, tell him, let's call this man Mike. Tell him, no, ask for Mike and tell him that Andrew sent you. So I wrote all the information down, and it was a peaceful conversation. And then when he left, I was wise. I took out my phone and I snapped a picture of his license plate. I say, not you getting away, just in case. So I did that, and then he left and I left. I reached home. So the following day, I called my boss. I told my boss that I will be running a little late. I have a situation to deal with. So that's when I took advantage. Before heading into work, I went by this so-called garage, asked for so-called Mike, and so on. And so now when I came in the garage, I was one of the first person there, and I literally saw my husband opening the office door, and I said, excuse me. I said, excuse me. And then when he turned around, guys, I said, that's one nice looking dark man. I could remember saying that to myself. And then when he turned around, he watched me, but he watched me in the way like surprised. And I asked him, I explained him the situation. I asked him for Mike, and I showed him my car. I told him who sent me and so on. And then he told me that Mike is not there as yet, but hold on a little while. And then I hold on. Then we started communicating, and then he asked me where I'm from, and I told him I'm from here. I told him I'm working this place and so on, and we exchanged, and it was a really nice conversation, and it was flowing. Communication was flowing. And then he asked me a particular question. He said, do you know God? Do you know the Lord? And I told him yes, with a big smile. And then he said, I knew it. And then he said, after that he said, yes, I really thought so, because I can see the glory of God shining down on you. And I was like, ooh. I started to laugh and to smile, and I can genuinely tell that it was not a pickup line or nothing like that. It was sincere. And that's when he started to tell me about his past life. And that's another video to talk about, guys. That's another video on its own to talk about. But it was a lot to swallow. And I remember I said in my mind, how could one person gone through so much in life, so much? And we exchanged numbers as well, because after communicating so long with him, suddenly Mike never showed up, and he was running extremely late. So, and I had to go to work. So we exchanged numbers, and he told me that he'll let me know when Mike is there and for me to come back. So after that we departed. I went my way and he stayed there to work. And normally I'm the kind of woman who loves to think about things after they happen. I never thought about him throughout the day. I never thought about all that he told me throughout the day. I never thought about him, guys. I only thought about him when it was time for me to come back to get my car checked out from Mike. This is sounded so weird. And so another day now, I attempt to come back to see Mike, and then I saw him, my husband, there again. And then all of a sudden Mike showed up finally, and he did the necessary with my car. He fixed the dent and so on. And then I was busy with Mike, so my husband and I couldn't talk. So after that, once my car was fixed, I head back to work and I didn't saw him again. And the night now, the evening now, when I was actually in my bed going to sleep, and I can remember good, I went down on my knees and I asked God to bring someone in my life, and not anybody, somebody that knows him, somebody that loves God, somebody that longs for God's heart. And that was my prayer, guys. I started to cry because I was lonely. I lived in an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment by myself. I never went out. I would go to church and then I would come back. I would spend some time with my sister, with my father, then I would come back home. And I was never the type to go out those places, dancing or so on like that. My Christian walk was really, I was really on my journey and still is on my journey with Christ. So I remember I used to tell my sister, where would I find a good man? All the good men are taken and I do not go out to meet anybody. And I remember telling my sister that, and she was like, don't worry, Chris, one day, and so on, trying to encourage me. But I can remember that night I poured out to God and I cried and I pleaded to God to send me someone that loved him. And literally, guys, after saying my prayer, I received a message on my job phone. Now I have to explain you guys pertaining to that particular job phone. It was not my job phone. I was actually replacing a colleague that was on maternity leave, and that was her job phone. So the fact that I was replacing her, I had her job phone, and the message popped up, and the message said that you are a blessing from the Lord, to never forget that. And I can remember when I read that message, it touched me so much. And I remember saying, I wish that message was for me. I wish that message was for me. But unfortunately, that message came in from my colleague. And then going about my day after, the day after, weeks passed, 2 weeks passed. I never thought about my husband after that. After my car was fixed, I was just happy, and then life went on. And actually 2 weeks after, I remembered I had my husband's number because we had to exchange for the fixing of the car. And I remembered I sent him a message. No, I didn't send him a message. I called him and I asked him, will it be possible for me to pass by the garage for you to wash my car? I remembered calling him and asking him that question. And then he told me, when I called him, I asked him, do you remember me? I'm the girl with the car situation and so on. He said, yes, I remember. And then after that, he came, he met me at the garage, he washed my car, and then we exchanged, and this is it today. We are married. We are going on 10 years married with 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl. And life is just beautiful. Don't get me wrong, it is not always rainbows and sunshine and happy moments, but I would never trade it for the world. And I thank God for answering my prayers. This video is actually, it is how I met my husband, but most importantly, it is about God answers sincere prayers. If you go to God sincerely with a pure heart and clean hands, and if it's in the will of God for your life, because remember, your Heavenly Father wants all good things for you. Remember, if He can take care of the lilies in the valley and the birds in the air, how much more can He take care of you, His daughter, His son? So if you go to God with a sincere heart, with a willing heart, you go to Him, you ask Him, He will deliver. He might not deliver at the moment. He might not deliver when you really and truly want it, but He will deliver, because remember, He is an on-time God, never too early, never too late. He is always on time, guys. So that is my encouragement to you. If you are looking for a husband, if you are looking for a wife, it is not what you want. It is what God wants for your life. And that was my prayer. I asked God for a man that knew Him, for a man that knows Him, for a man that is longing for Him. And I can tell you guys, just like how I said, talking about my husband past, that is another video to come, but he made a lot of mistakes that led him down in a terrible, dark path. But God is so good. He delivered him. He brought him back to Him. And if God can do it for me, He can do it for you as well. So go to your God, go to your Heavenly Father with whatever it is that you have, your deepest heart's desire. Because finding a godly husband, a husband that knew God, was my deepest heart's desire. I didn't want it just anybody. I didn't want it someone that looked good. And it came with a package, guys. God knew what He did. I didn't ask God for looks. I didn't ask God to make him smart. I didn't ask God to make him rich. No, I asked God for someone that longing for Him, that knew Him, that would serve Him wholeheartedly. And God answered, because it was in the will of God. Okay guys, so if He can do it for me, He can do it for you as well. So I hope this video was encouraging. I hope this video touched you. I hope you will run with this video. I hope that you will practice what I did in your everyday life, is to go to God sincerely about your heart's desire. Okay guys, so as I said, I will be bringing some more inspirational, motivational, encouraging videos right here on this channel, and I hope you guys will love them. Do give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet, simply by clicking on the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.